Welcome back on this glorious and amazing day, and a special shout out to my subscribers and listening from Flatbush, New York. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining Isaac W's channel, your online life coach, where you could become a free person in the long term, not to some program or other methods that really do a good job, but they're not internally changing the core of your wiring of your amygdala. So we need to listen to last week's clip. So if you didn't, I'll wait for you. Go back to last week's clip, please. And then today we will go to step number 2. Step number 2 is, after you have noticed the breath, write down. Keep a journal or on your phone, a page in your notes, the process of what we're going through. And we're only going to stick with number 2. Number 2 is, what feeling did you notice when you finally got that one breath that was totally concentrated? You noticed the air go in and out. What was that feeling? And every person is different. Some people will say weird. Some people will say frightening. Some people will say miraculous. Some people will say relaxing. Everyone has a very, very different reaction. What you have done with this exercise, with number 1 and today number 2, is you opened up the door to the gates of heaven. You didn't walk into heaven yet. You didn't walk into happiness, inner happiness. You didn't yet uninstall any programs. You didn't revive that poor soul that was in emotional jail since the age of 1.5, 2. But you opened up finally the door. So number 2 is, after you have focused on your breath, notice that feeling, regardless what that feeling is. The reason why I call it that you have opened up the gate from heaven, which is you, is because for the first time, maybe in 50 years, you have noticed you. You sit and complain to me a whole day, to your friends, how your father or your mother can't be there for this way. They ignore you. They don't understand you. The list could go on. I could spend 3 hours repeating stuff that are said to me all day. Ironically, well, it's not ironically, it's scientifically, we adapt that same rejection program, and we do not notice ourselves. So the fact that last week we talked about noticing your breath, a very simple breath, that's all. No big meditation. You don't have to go to India for this. You sat wherever you sat in a relaxed place, and you simply were able to concentrate on your breath. And most of you, I know, will tell me, please do tell me, and share it in the comments. We need your participation here. Most of you can't do it. The concentration within the first breath. Some of you couldn't do it after the 10th, and that is quite normal. If you actually could concentrate on the first breath, I would love to talk to you. Because when I started doing it years ago, there was no way I could concentrate on the first breath. Today I could sit for hours, but at that time I couldn't sit for 15 seconds or 3 seconds, because that is natural, because we are disconnected from ourselves. So how much we are upset at our parents that they did not connect to us, they did not understand us, they did not validate us, they did not support us, they do not believe in us. I know you don't want to hear it, and I actually don't want to say it. But if it's the truth, let's face it. We continue doing the precise program. We continue their mission statement. We continue their direction. We continue their program, the same program we don't like. And the funny thing is, and the painful thing is, that we don't even notice. Today, after you notice your first breath with your mind, or you noticed your first breath by you putting your hand on the belly, and then you wrote down the feeling, congratulations. You actually looked at yourself validated yourself, and more importantly, just noticed yourself for the first time in your life. You're on a beautiful path. Thanks for joining. And always do remember, you are on the way to the Garden of Eden while you're still alive. You are on the way to heaven while you still are on earth, because you can do it. And you will be free from all these negative and horrific programs that have held you back and caused you so much anxiety and so much relationship issues and so much issues at work and so much sadness. I'm so happy for your freedom. See you next week.